Now, taking a look into issues of energy, looking into cheaper alternative sources of energy is an option many firms and industries are looking into, as the current high cost of power is dissuading many firms from expanding and investors from investing in the country. Listed agricultural powerhouse, Sasini group of companies, has partnered with a firm from Finland, Nocart, to produce energy using biogas technology with the dramatic reduction in power costs. Karunderi has that story on how Sasini has gone into biogas way, the biogas way rather, and what exactly the impact will be.
Sufficient energy is a key component at the center of any industry or firm, and as such, a disruption in flow of the same or an inhibitive cost of sustaining energy might force a company to run into losses. High power costs are quite discouraging to many industries. Looking into alternative sources of energy, such as the utilization of green energy, is an attractive prospect for many. Usage of biogas is one way of ensuring that one acquires a supply of affordable energy. Sasini, one of Kenya's major tea and coffee producers, is now heading that way, the biogas way. New technology adapted in the production of biogas is expected to boost Sasini's profits significantly by slashing energy costs.
Think about when we are on irrigation, we are doing about 2 million shillings a month. Yeah, on power cost. When we are not in irrigation, it's around 1 million shillings. We don't come below 1 million shillings a month. And that is going to come down to close to perhaps 100,000 shillings, 200,000 shillings a month.
The company has partnered with a company from Finland, Nocart, to ensure that they adapt the best biogas technology. Nocart's Jane Kasinen says the technology is not complicated, as it simply makes use of biogas generated from the waste to run power generators instead of gasoline. He says this technology is common in Finland.
Diesel or fuel, we use methane for the engines, and from the engines we transport the power to generators, and then we generate the power, the electricity for the farm, the local grid.
In this biogas plant, 60% is cow dung and 40% is water. The sustainability of this project is pegged on the high number of cows at the Nyeri Moiga farm. The biogas unit will also produce nitrogen that will be used in making fertilizer.
Our processing side on our yogurt here, you can also be sure it's going to be down by over 60%. And plus the slurry is a wonderful source of nitrogen. The waste that comes out of this biodigester goes into the fields again to actually compensate on our chemical fertilizer application.
And once we produce this power, there is some batteries stored which stores the excess power to be used when the power production is is low. And if you look at, you'll be able to see the engines. The engines are 3, and we'll be running 2 at a time, so that one is spare or it's to be used as a standby.
Energy produced from the dung will be used in processing milk, lighting up an upcoming estate in the farm, and pumping irrigation water. Once spent, the residue sludge can be collected and loaded to tractors to be used as manure in the farm to grow coffee and tea. They plan to sell the surplus energy to the national grid as well as to the neighboring homes. Karunderi, KTN News, Nyeri County.